Welcome back to Shipfaced, everybody, to the second episode of the Olympian Giant featuring the Britannic. Friendly shout out to the Roller 3D Etsy shop for the fabulous Britannic model and other ship models. Check out the link in my bio. I wanted to take some time here to show you guys actual pictures of the Britannic's interiors, because while it's true to say that she was never fitted out with all of her fancy, lavish, opulent interiors as she was intended, a few of them did make their way into the ship, as you can see. One of the things I think is most interesting about Britannic's interiors is that while some places look lavishly opulent, others by comparison look sparse. And this is because British Admiralty wanted the Britannic as quickly as possible to be requisitioned as a hospital ship. Charles Alfred Bartlett was appointed command of His Majesty's Hospital Ship Britannic December 12, 1915. And shortly after was provided orders to participate in the Gallipoli campaign. When prompted with opposition, Winston Churchill's response was, "There would be no more war with Turkey. A good army of 50,000 and sea power. That is the end of the Turkish menace." Unfortunately for the Allies, though, the Gallipoli campaign unfolded into a horrible failure. It is unknown exactly how many soldiers died, but it is estimated anywhere from 150,000 to 250,000. Due to the growing urgency of the situation in the Gallipoli campaign, Britannic was accompanied by hospital ship Mauretania from the Cunard Line, as well as the larger Aquitania, a troop ship, and also Britannic's sister ship, RMS Olympic, now a troop ship. The whole point of the Gallipoli campaign was to cripple Germany's strategic forces by militaristically forcing Turkey out with British naval sea power. But unfortunately, the whole plan came to a failure rather quickly. As a result of British ships pulling up into the wrong islands, the soldiers that left the ships were not able to regroup correctly. Needless to say, Britannic and Mauretania definitely had their work cut out for them. And for the next 4 weeks, the two hospital ships ferried wounded soldiers to and from Turkey and Britain for further medical attention. It's important to note as well that while the crew of Britannic was appointed by the British Royal Navy, all of the nurses on board were actually volunteers. And among the hundreds of volunteers aboard the Britannic, one lady stood out among them all. Her name was JESSOP, and she was quite a firecracker for a nurse, having survived some incredible situations at sea. The first being a collision with HMS Hawke aboard Titanic's first sister ship, RMS Olympic, back in 1911. And she was also aboard Titanic and survived the sinking in 1912. Instead of being terrified or afraid, JESSOP actually had a pretty comical attitude towards these and referred to herself as an expert in surviving a sinking ship. With the conclusion of the Gallipoli campaign and all of the wounded soldiers ferried home, it was intended for Britannic to be withdrawn from military service and return to transatlantic duties. However, escalations in World War I continued, and Britannic was called again to service. Having completed 5 successful hospital ship voyages carrying 3,300 wounded soldiers on each voyage, Britannic returned once again to the Middle Eastern theater to provide assistance. On November 17, 1916, HMHS Britannic arrived in Naples Harbor for her usual refueling of coal and water. While she was docked in Naples, however, a storm hit and prevented her departure by a few hours. Until the following Sunday. By mid-afternoon, Captain Bartlett decided to take advantage of the brief break in the weather conditions and continue the mission. With precisely 1,066 people on board, 673 crew, 315 Royal Army Medical Corps, and 77 nurses. As Britannic steamed along the Mediterranean, approaching her date with destiny, this would become her final voyage. Alright everybody, that's all for this episode. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to Shipfaced, and I'll see you next time.